की कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we're reading Canto 1, chapter 16, text 21 today. I can start. Arakshmana striyaurvibalan, Arakshmana striyaurvibalan, Shochasyatho purushaday ivartan, Shochasyatho purushaday ivartan. वाचं दिवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि,
वाचं
देवी ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्म
अब्राह्मणे राजकुले कुलाग्रग्र्यान्,
ब्रह्मणे राजकुले कुलग्रया.
Are you feeling compunction for the unhappy women and children who are left forlorn by unscrupulous persons? Or are you unhappy because the goddess of learning is being handled by Brahmanas addicted to acts against the principles of religion? Or are you sorry to see that the Brahmanas have taken shelter of administrative families that do not respect Brahminical culture? In the age of Kali, the women and the children, along with the Brahmanas and cows, will be grossly neglected and left unprotected. In this age, illicit connection with women will render many women and children uncared for. Circumstantially, the women will try to become independent of the protection of men, and marriage will be performed as a matter of formal agreement between man and woman. In most cases, the children will not be taken care of properly. The Brahmanas are traditionally intelligent men, and thus they will be able to pick up modern education to the topmost rank. But as far as moral and religious principles are concerned, they shall be the most fallen. Education and bad character go ill together, but such things will run parallel. The administrative heads as a class will condemn the tenets of Vedic wisdom and will prefer to conduct a so-called secular state, and the so-called educated Brahmanas will be purchased by such unscrupulous administrators. Even a philosopher and writer of many books on religious principles may also accept an exalted position in a government which denies all the moral codes of the Shastras. The Brahmanas are specifically restricted from accepting such service. But in this age, they will not only accept service, but they will do so even if it is of the meanest quality. But in this age, they will not only accept service, but they will do so even if it is of the meanest quality. These are some of the symptoms of the Kali age, which are harmful to the general welfare of human society. Hare Krishna. So, this is the bull addressing the cow, and inquiring as to what is the cause for her unhappiness. And Prabhupada has, in the purport, very aptly elaborated. We are seeing the condition of women, children, brahmanas, and cows. actually, very much. I don't think there's much explanation needed by me, but we're very much seeing all these things go on. All these predictions even more and more become true and very strong actually in the age of Kali. Anybody else wants to share any reflections? I'm sure a lot can be said.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna and then Pranam to all the devotees. So there are so many examples of how cows are being slaughtered and not cared for. And as we have mentioned before and discussed, that it's not just that, oh, I don't eat beef or I don't, kill cow. That is not really Vedic culture. Vedic culture means cow protection. So are we protecting the cows? That is the question. And then as we go forward in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that women and children are to be protected. And that protection is something which the society in one way or the other is trying to actually not focus on. They are focusing in so many ways of how women should not be bereft of the rights and should not be exploited. But that alone is not enough. In the garb of this, that they should not be bereft of the rights and they should not be exploited, actually more exploitation is also happening. So if you see, Prabhupada here is mentioning about illicit connection with women will render many women and children uncared for. So we see so many situations right now. Proper marriage is not happening in Western world, and the next generation, the child who is brought up without proper parents, then what happens? Then what happens is that the poor mother is left behind with the child, and the father of the child doesn't take responsibility and is totally gone. They don't even know who their father is. Broken families like this, the child's upbringing is very negatively affected, and then how that child can contribute to the society. That's why so many psychiatric problems are happening, because the children are not getting proper love, care, protection, attention, and the modern society doesn't have a solution for it. In the name of freedom, in the name of anyone can do anything, in the name of giving encouragement to let's say the government giving some kind of subsidies and stuff, or some welfare to single mothers, what is happening is they are incentivizing the couples not to marry actually. So I was having a conversation with some of the Americans, and they were telling how these young boys and girls, they are not marrying even though they may want to. Why? Because if they don't marry, then the girl will get some additional benefit from the government. While if they do marry, then because they're not single mother anymore, they will actually not get that benefit. So the government is trying to help, but actually causing more problems. So this is how not following the Vedic culture is going to lead to so much chaos. People don't even think about these things. But what is happening is so many poor children who are brought up in such atmosphere, they have not experienced love. They don't know what love is. They are not cared or protected. Their parents, they have mental problems. Probably just the mother is whom they are living with. The father, he has already got an excuse to go and keep enjoying like this. And both are unhappy actually. The father is unhappy, the mother is unhappy because they may go from one partner to the other, but that is not going to satisfy them. That is not going to give them happiness. And in fact, it causes more frustration, more hollowness. And when such uh, a child grows old, then again he continues the cycle. And this is leading to more child abuse. This is leading to more spousal abuse. And of course, this is also leading to more elderly abuse. Why? Because elders did not take care of their children. So now the children are not going to take care of them. So like that, it is leading to whole chaotic situation. So in this day and age, if somebody is being blessed by um, a child, then one has to take proper care of the child. And if a child has parents and a family, then the child should be very grateful that I got such upbringing. And the parents have to be very grateful that we are uh, having such a child. And now it's a responsibility to be able to cooperate and adjust with each other so that we can uh, give proper upbringing to the child. So all these things are very deep science, which is all well, uh, the those who are well versed in scriptures, they are well aware of the science. But those who are just trying to follow the modern world, going from one to the other, rules and regulations, they are just going to meet with one problem or the other. So the principles of the scriptures, if we try to follow, then that will actually lead to very smooth and happy life for the family, for the society, for the person, individual, and for the subsequent generations. So those are some of the thoughts coming to my mind. Now, going forward, in the same paragraph, in the same purport, Prabhupada is mentioning here about the different types of Brahmins. Like you may be Brahmins by birth or whatever, and because you're good in studying, you may get to good colleges and good degrees you may get. But then what happens? You are coming to America and you're doing all sorts of same nonsense which the Americans were doing. So what is the use of your education? Your education and your behavior is, you know, is not in accordance with scriptures. So there is not much use actually for such big degrees which many of them may get. On the other hand, if you have such skills and you want to get educational degrees, see how you can use it in Krishna service. That will be very nice. And then only one can really be a true Brahman if he is using in Krishna service. Otherwise, one will not necessarily be Brahman by actions. So these are some of the challenges which the people of the Kali Yuga are facing, and Krishna consciousness is the solution which has to be understood and applied in our lives. All right, I'll stop here. I'd like to open for all the other devotees to share. Anybody else would like to share? Nirbhay Prabhu, Raksha Mataji, Suresh Prabhu, Nirmala Mataji. Anybody would like to share anything? Deepika Mataji, Ketki Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, I'm good. Thank you.
Very nice to see you, Mataji, today in the conference call after a long time.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Unfortunately, kids are outside, so I thought let's join the
Thank,
program.
thank you very much, Mataji, for joining. We
Yeah,
heard you
same
were
here.
getting nice association there. So that is very nice.
Yes, Prabhuji. All your mercy, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Krishna's arrangement for your whole family. I was communicating with Prabhuji the other day. So he was also updating me
Oh, really, Prabhuji?
a few days
That-
ago. All right,
Okay.
so we'll go to the next shloka. Who would like to?
What chapter is it, Prabhuji?
This
Actually, I
is
can't.
first canto, 16th chapter, 22nd shloka.
Okay, thank you. Prabhuji.
Anybody would like to volunteer?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Kim Shatrubandhun Kalino Prashrishtan Rashtrani Vatairoropitani Itstatodvasanpanavasah Snananvayonmukh Jivalokam. Give me 1 second. So, do I need to read translation or synonym and put anything, Prabhuji?
Mataji, you can just start with translation. That is
Okay.
all right.
Translation. The so-called administrators are now bewildered by the influence of this age of Kali, and thus they have put all state affairs into disorder. Are you now lamenting this disorder? Now the general populace does not follow the rules and regulations for eating, sleeping, drinking, mating, etc., and they are inclined to perform such anywhere and everywhere. Are you unhappy because of this? Purport. Bashila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, it's too small for me. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Now it's out of my screen, Prabhuji. Just give me 1 second, Prabhuji. I'll get. It's still out of my screen, Prabhuji. Can you just make it a little bit smaller? Go back a little bit. Yep. There are some necessities of life on a par with those of lower animals, and they are eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. These bodily demands are for both the human beings and the animals, but the human beings has to fulfill such desire not like animals, but like a human being. A dog can mate with a bitch before the public eyes without hesitation, but if a human being does so, the act will be considered a public nuisance, and the person will be criminally prosecuted. Therefore, for the human beings, there are some rules and regulations even for fulfilling common demands. The human society avoids such rules and regulations when it is bewildered by the influence of the age of Kali. In this age, people are indulging in such necessities of life without following the rules and regulation, and this deterioration of social and moral rule is certainly lamentable because of the harmful effects of such beastly behavior. In this age, the fathers and the grand guardians are not happy with the behavior of their wards. They should know that so many innocent children are victims of bad associations awarded by the influence of this age of Kali. We know from Srimad Bhagavatam that Ajamila, an innocent son of a Brahmana, was walking down a road and saw a Shudra pair sexually embracing. This attracted the boy, and later on, the boy became a victim of all debaucheries. From a pure Brahmana, he fell down to the position of a wretched urchin, and it was all due to bad association. There was but one victim like Ajamila in those days, but in this age of Kali, the pure innocent students are daily victims of cinemas which attract men only for sex indulgence. The so-called administrators are all untrained in the affairs of Kshatriya. The Kshatriya are meant for administration, as the Brahmanas are meant for knowledge and guidance. The word Kshatribandhu refers to the so-called administrators or persons promoted to the post of the administrator without proper training by culture and tradition. Nowadays, they are promoted to such exalted posts by the votes of the people who are themselves fallen in the rules and regulations of life. You have to move the screen up, Prabhu. Oh, thank you. How can such people select a proper man when they are themselves fallen in the standard of life? Therefore, by the influence of the age of Kali, everywhere, politically, socially, or religiously, everything is topsy-turvy, and therefore, for the sane man, it is all regrettable. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji, for reading.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Mataji would like to share something from this translation and purport.
I think you should share, Prabhuji. This is what we are going through in the current life. This is all summarized in here. Basically, this is what Prabhupada is saying. Like if we go back from our childhood to our college life to now life, we have seen these kind of examples. But I think you can elaborate it more beautifully, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you for reading. Mataji, if you want to share anything, you can share anytime. Maybe we can just share a few thoughts. So this is just to zoom out a little. This is the conversation between the bull, Dharma in the form of the bull, and Mother Earth in the form of cow. And Dharma is basically speaking about the miserable state of affairs during the age of Kali, and kind of inquiring why the Mother Earth cow is lamenting or sad. And in the purport, Prabhupada is, like Mataji already explained, is explaining the situation in Kali Yuga, how the Kali Yuga human beings, even though they are not expected to act like animals, they are pretty much acting like animals. The example is given here about dog and bitch, and then Prabhupada is saying that how people are avoiding all these rules and regulations, which is not acceptable. How everybody in Kali Yuga is exposed. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is an example of Ajamil who was exposed to an environment where a Shudrani were embracing each other in intimate way, and this was the condition which affected Ajamil, and he fell down. And in this day and age, Prabhupada is saying all throughout with movies, cinemas, and all the other posters and all these things, bad association is there everywhere. And students are daily victims of cinemas which attract men only for sex indulgence. So Prabhupada is highlighting all that. And then he's talking about so that is about Brahmanas. Then he's talking about Kshatriyas. How Kshatriyas, they are not trained in Kshatriya fare. So they are just made administrators, but they cannot administer properly. They cannot actually even fight properly. So they are not Kshatriya, but Kshatribandhu. So they are just put in the post without really properly having the qualities and the training. And because they are promoted like that, they are not able to execute properly. So they just get the votes and they become, the leaders, but they cannot lead properly. So it's a very miserable situation and everything is just topsy-turvy. All right, so pretty bad situation. Anybody else would like to add anything? Any comments? Questions, comments, reflections, anybody wants to share? All right, we'll go to the next one. 11623. Any volunteers who would like to read? Okay, I'll read. Yadvambate bhuri bharavatara. Yadvambate bhuri bharavatara. Kritaavatarasya haridharitri. Antarhitasya Smarati Vishratsta.
Antarhitasya smati visasruta
Karmani Nirvana Vilambitani.
Karvani nirvana vilambitani.
Any volunteers who would like to read translation and purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
O Mother Earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, incarnated himself as Lord Krishna just to unload your heavy burden. All his activities here are transcendental and they cement the path of liberation. You are now benefit of his presence. You are probably now thinking of those activities and feeling sorry in their absence. The activities of Lord includes liberation, but they are more realizable than the pleasure derived from nirvana or the liberation. According to Srila Jiva Goswami or Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the word used here is nirvana vilambitani, that which minimizes the value of liberation. To attain nirvana liberation, one has to undergo a severe type of tapasya, austerity, but the Lord is so merciful that he incarnated to diminish the burden of earth simply by remembering such activities. One can defy the pleasure derived from nirvana and reach the transcendental abode of the Lord to associate with him, eternally engaged in his blissful loving service. Hare Krishna. This is very powerful. I mean, it has been explained here by very well by Srila Prabhupada that people look for the nirvana or the liberation, but who are more loving, are more wanted to engage in the service of Lord, they are not looking for the nirvana bilambitani. I mean, they are just wanted to have relationship. I mean, they can just chant the Hari name and they can have relationship, eternal relationship with the Lord by the mercy of Lord itself, which is above and beyond the liberation. I mean, we can, and if you want to go for the liberation, you need to have some certain kinds of tapasya. We have to go for the study, but Lord is so merciful. Yeah, he can go just by taking his name, just by chanting the name of the Lord. You can go to the transcendental abode and you can associate with the Lord. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much for reading and sharing. So finally, the bull is asking that you are now bereft of the presence of the Lord. And you're probably now thinking of those activities and feeling sorry in their absence. And the Prabhupada is mentioning activities of the Lord include liberation, but they are more relishable than the pleasure from nirvana. So what does it mean? It means that people are looking for liberation like Suresh Prabhu was mentioning, but actually when they are in the association of the Lord and are serving and are participating in the Leelas of the Lord, then actually that is not only just liberation, but even more relishable than the pleasure derived from nirvana. Nirvana is the word used here. Nirvana generally can say liberation. Nirvana is many times used specific word by Buddhists when they talk about their ultimate goal of Buddhist philosophy. They talk about nirvana. So here Prabhupada is quoting Srila Jeev Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who use the word nirvan vilambitani, that which minimizes the value of liberation. So this is how great the position of the Lord is, and his leelas and pastimes and presence and going to Lord's planet is, that even liberation is insignificant. So this is also one of the characteristics of pure devotional service. So there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, and one of them is that it actually that liberation is insignificant actually in front of pure devotion service. So what are the other 5 characteristics of pure devotional service? Can anybody tell? Characteristics of pure devotional service. What are the characteristics? There are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. Can anybody tell without Googling?
Unmotivated.
Is anybody else there? Is anybody still awake?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes,
Hare
just don't know the answer.
Anybody wants to try? So first is immediate relief from material miseries. It causes immediate relief from material miseries, right? Then it's a beginning of all auspiciousness. Then it is very difficult and rare to achieve. It is the only way of attracting Krishna. And it is where even moksha, liberation, is minimized. And what else? I think I told 5 of them. It actually burns off all the reactions of previous karmas. So let's check. 6. So immediate relief from all kind of material distress, beginning of all auspiciousness. Okay, so third one, puts automatically on transcendental pleasure. So instead of this, I said burns all the material, all the karmic reactions. But actually the exact wording is puts one in the transcendental pleasure. And it is very rare, rarely achieved. And pure devotional service derived even the conception of liberation and is the only means to attract Krishna. So these are 6 features of pure devotional service. So devotees can try to remember this. So we'll go back. So of course, this pure devotional service and association of the Lord is actually minimizes the value of even liberation. And what is liberation? So many people have to do tapasya and austerities for so many lifetimes to actually come to that platform. So how great is pure devotional service then? Just imagine. And it says simply by remembering such activities, one can defy the pleasure derived from nirvana and reach the transcendental abode of the Lord's association with him, eternally engaged in his blissful loving service. So many times we have given these example, right? That one drop, one bucket, and unlimited ocean. This is the comparison of the happiness one derives in three different situations. So can anybody explain what those three different situations are? One drop, one bucket, and one unlimited ocean. Anyone?
Which are the three realizations of Paramatma, Paramatma, Bhagwan, and Brahman. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan.
Okay, that is a good guess, but it doesn't exactly fit in this. It's a good try.
The question.
Anybody else?
What's the question, Prabhuji, again?
So there are three different types of pleasures which are
Oh,
talked about.
Brahmanand and Paramanand. Those?
Yes. Those means something similar to that.
Okay.
Brahmanand is right. What are the other two? So first is the pleasure in material sense gratification. So that material sense gratification also gives us some pleasure, right?
That is Bhoganand.
Bhoganand, exactly. So material sense gratification, we get engaged because there is some pleasure. It's not there is no pleasure, but that pleasure is just like a drop of water. And then Brahmananda is the pleasure in the pleasure of liberation. So you haven't achieved the culmination of pure devotional service, but you have come out of the cycle of birth and death. So that liberation is a bucket of water. So bucket of water, many times we see all these Mayavadis, they are going, they are able to give up the material pleasures for some time. Why? Because they are getting bucket of pleasure. But then we see Premanand, which is the pure devotional service, reaching the platform of Prem. And in that, the Anand which one gets, that is like the unlimited ocean of water. So these are the three different types of pleasures which we are getting. So therefore, it is appropriate to say that this pleasure of being in association with Lord and serving the pure devotional service minimizes the value of liberation. Because what is the bucket of water in presence of the unlimited ocean of water?
So what
Does it
is the
make
third
sense?
one, Prabhuji?
So Bhoganand, Brahmanand, and Premanand.
Premanand, not Paramanand. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So anybody would like to add anything or share anything? Comment, questions, points, realizations, corrections? All right. So it's 9 o'clock. We'll conclude here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all the devotees for joining. Very grateful to each one of you. So we'll chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 11 times.